So we're standing out looking at all these pears the other day. We made pear butter. We made pear honey. Remember
You
the pear honey?
pears. You like to eat them.
And we eat pears, but you know they don't last real long.
Right.
So we've got a short amount of time to harvest all these before the critters get them.
Exactly.
Boo has been wonderful.
Boo is a good kitty.
As far as squirrels, you know, we're not cat people.
Right.
But here she comes. She shows up. What are we gonna do?
We love her.
So she's been on guard out front. She comes out in the morning when I'm having my coffee, and I'm watching her out the window, and she's on guard watching for squirrels.
She enjoys that. It's fun for her.
And she chases them off. I don't think she can handle a whole squirrel, but she chases them away. So we have kept, I think, more pears this year because of Boo,
Because a wonderful kitty. She deserves something.
our guard cat.
That's right.
So we looked at the tree and we saw the pears and we thought, let's do something different this year.
Right.
So there's an old family recipe that's mincemeat.
Pear mincemeat.
Pear mincemeat. 1500s, 1600s was minced meat.
I think it's meat, yeah.
It was usually beef and suet, and they would take this along with fruit, sometimes dried fruit, sometimes nuts, and they would make this minced meat, and they would make pies with that, meat pies with that. As time went on, up around the 1800s, 1900s, you started seeing mincemeat recipes that were more figs, sometimes pears,
The better
sometimes
stuff.
apples,
I like that better.
dried fruit, and always a little bit of citrus in there too, and usually a little bit of spirits, brandy, a lot. So as time progressed, and now when we think about mincemeat, for the most part, it's pears and apples boiled down with raisins and ginger, allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves,
Lemon.
a little bit of brandy.
A little bit of sugar.
Now, that's a whole lot of sugar. Now, in order to make this last when you're canning it, that's what keeps it, the sugar.
There you go.
And the
So we
vinegar.
have to. We have to.
But what are you going to do with mincemeat? So I started thinking, fried apple pies. Fried mincemeat pies?
Delish.
In lard?
Yes.
Can you say, I want some?
I say yum papa on that.
So that's what we're going to have tonight. The chicken's cooking right now as we speak. I have to turn it in half an hour, but let's get started on our mincemeat.
All right.
So we have rinsed our pears off.
And I need 24 of those. And you know what's really nice is this apple core, perfect for the pears.
Boom.
And another thing, I know in this recipe, some people like to peel them. We're not going to peel them. We're leaving the peels on because that's what this recipe calls for.
And let me tell you something about these little pears. Of course, I love the peel. I love to eat it. It disintegrates when you cook it. I don't know what kind of pears these are. This tree was here when we got here. We do not spray this tree, ever.
Right.
And if we are so fortunate that the frost doesn't get us in the spring, we have pears.
Yes.
Before Boo, there was one year we didn't get one pear
You
because
watched
of
the squirrels. They took them all
and
away.
we left for a week and they were gone.
Right, you were sad. All right, it's going to be loud, but I'm going to get through these quick.
Violent, this pear process. Now because I'm
Sorry.
in love with these pears, I'm going to take some of these seeds out, and I've already dried a bunch of them, but I'm going to try to start me some more because I'm going to put them all on this field up here because these are special. These are really special.
Yes, they are.
You know, I'm looking at all these ingredients, and I've got the smell in my head. It's special.
Yes.
And you know what I can't wait for?
What?
Christmas.
I know.
Because we're thinking about cookies, tarts,
Cake.
cake.
Yeah.
Put this instead of jam
Oh, yeah.
in your cake? Are you kidding me?
I could eat this with a spoon.
All right, I need to quit talking and let you get
All
to
right,
work.
that's our 24 pears. See how fast we did that?
It wasn't bad.
No, we could get a food processor out, but you know me with my little chopper. I like to chop everything. The only other thing that goes in this now is we got a whole lemon. See the peel's still on it. The only thing I'm going to make sure is we want to get seeds out of this. We don't want seeds in her, but everything else we want.
Now, again, I do not know what kind of pears these are. They're sweet, they're delicious, they're not real big, they mature quickly, and they're hardy. We do not spray. I do not like sprayed stuff. Our apples could never make it here without being sprayed.
Yeah.
In fact, they don't because they get cedar rust, and I don't spray them. So we have pretty apple trees with no apples. Pears, I might like pears better than apples, and if I can get these seeds going, I'm gonna have a whole field full of these.
Then what are we going to do with? Have to have people come pick them.
Maybe we will. We'll have a pear farm.
That's right.
We're pear farmers.
That's right.
Okay, this is an organic lemon, and if you can't find organic, make sure you wash off the outside because
Right.
they spray the fire out of them. So we got our lemons, our pears, our raisins, and you're just gonna chop.
We got 4 cups of raisins here, 1 lemon, and like I said, what do we got, 24 pears. So I'm gonna just start chopping.
All right.
Put a little bit in each. And we're gonna get us a mixture here.
Do you want me to sing you a song while you're chopping?
You could, because this is.
I'm trying to think of good chopping music.
All right.
What's good chopping music?
Here, I'll start chopping, you start singing. All right, ready?
So you just put like thirds in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
And just chop.
I'm gonna keep chopping. And you, like you said, you could get a food processor, but look at, and I think back in the old days, they probably got a chopper out and did it by hand.
They probably chop like Mom chops her chow chow.
And I am gonna use that after in this bowl.
That smells just
Smell
right
good already?
there. Smells good.
All right, ready?
I feel like you can get it to consistency you want more with this. It's more of a manual thing here. And the visual, you can see it. And if we didn't have electricity, we could chop away anyway.
And you know what else I'd like you to do? That little tool we have to cut a little bit more with our little tool. And that's, if you'd like to do that, yes, cut those up a little more because you're gonna have a couple big pieces.
That already smells absolutely wonderful.
Smell good in here?
With absolutely nothing but that. Oh, that lemon zest is really
Making it nice.
screaming in there. Now you could put some dried nuts in here too if you want, but we're just gonna go with the fruit. And you want to work these up quick because pears turn brown just like
Yes, they do.
apples. All right, so we've got this wonderful
Smells-
concoction
That
going.
smells good already.
Ah, man, I'm telling you, it already has that mincemeat smell. Of course, I've got the tops off of
All
the
those.
cloves and the nutmeg and allspice. So we put our 7.
This is 6 3/4. Just
6 3/4.
Yeah, it's a lot of sugar.
Now, all this is going to be used in sweet stuff. And that preserves, that sugar will preserve that along with the vinegar.
All right, we got a cup of vinegar.
Cup of vinegar, white vinegar.
And then this is a 1/4 cup of brandy.
1/4 cup of brandy. This is just regular brandy right here.
Yeah.
You could use peach brandy or whatever you want to use. Mix that up.
Stir it.
So we're going to get that going. So we're going to make this real easy on you. It's 1 tablespoon of each.
That's right.
Starting off with cloves. Now these cloves, we're using whole cloves. They'll cook up. This is 40 minutes, correct?
Yes, once it boils, we got 40 minutes. Cloves. Next,
Cinnamon
1 tablespoon. 1. What's next?
and nutmeg.
Nutmeg, tablespoon everything. How can you go wrong with this?
You can't. Allspice.
Tablespoon?
Oh, it smells like something wonderful.
Yes, it does. And last but not least,
Ginger.
ginger.
All right.
All right.
Now
Now's where we
I
get it.
really smell something.
Yes. And we want to get this to a good boil. Once it boils, we're going to turn it down and we're going to let it simmer for 40 minutes and it's going to start getting thick and dark and beautiful.
All right, I tell you what, once you get that going, I got to go check on the chicken
All right?
and turn it.
I'll get this going then for us.
So a little bit of headspace there.
Yeah, just a little bit on each of them.
Then how long for the hot bath?
We're going to give them 25 minutes and we'll be done.
And it really firms up. And so what we have is your end product, which looks like this. And look how thick that is. It really thickens up. You notice we've got those setting everywhere in this kitchen.
They're pretty. They decorate nice.
They decorate nice. We'll be giving some of this away. But this Thanksgiving, and every now and then, just when we want a fried, I want to say apple pie, fried pear mincemeat pie.
That's right.
I can't tell you, if you like fried apple pies, you're gonna absolutely love this. It's absolutely delicious.
All right, you're going to wipe them off.
Wipe these off so they will seal properly.
We're rolling.
Now, do you want these covered with water or just
Just
about
up to the top.
Up to the top.
There's one.
All right, in 25 minutes. You know, you've seen us can so many things, from peppers to salsa to chow chow to tomato preserves. And where would you go to find things like this, Mrs. Farmer?
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
You do not.
I do.
I do too.
Okay.
I gotta admit it, sometimes when I forget how much I put in that particular recipe, things are subject to change.
That's right.
Sometimes 3 or 4 months down the road, I'll say, let's put this in here instead. But all those recipes, timfarmerscountrykitchen.com. Hit the subscribe button. That way, if we have something new out, it comes right to you. And we have a Facebook page, but it's really difficult to get on there.
It is.
What are the steps?
You hit like.
Oh, complicated.
It is complicated.
So as these boil up, 25 minutes from now, we're going to have more of these.
Yum.
Like,
Oh, I love it. This makes me happy.
it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
The kitchen smells so good.
Yes, it does.
I hate to say it, but our half hour's up.
Yes, it is.
So we want to tell folks at this time that it's all about
Good times.
good friends.
Really good eats.
We'll see you next week on Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. What might we cook up then?